All right, today I have a product that might require you to think a little bit outside the box. It's labeled as one thing, but I would think of it as something else. Today we're looking at the XANES 1680 Lumen adjustable LED camp light with tripod. Let's check it out. So with all the talk that we're hearing, especially in Texas, of electrical grids failing or brownouts or blackouts, one of the first things I tell preppers is to go out and get yourself an alternate light source, be it a flashlight or whatever. Definitely an important thing to get your hands on. That's the first order of business, I feel, when it comes to prepping. That and some water. Then you can move on to food and whatever else you choose. But having a way to see when there is no power, and let's face it, the most common thing that happens when there's a disaster is power goes out, is really important. Now this kind of took me off guard because this is something I would consider to be more of a studio light. You know, a YouTube light, a selfie light, whatever. But in reality, it is marketed as a camping light, and because of its very, very low draw, this could be really handy in some kind of backup lighting system for your home during an emergency, powered with solar and a very small power bank. We're going to test the output on this to see how much it draws in a minute here. But I just wanted to kind of explain it to you first. Now, this is what's considered a camp light. It has a tripod. Now, if you look at the mount here, you'll notice it's kind of that GoPro similar mount. It's a very small little handy rectangular kind of thing here. It's got 84 LEDs on it, okay? It's got a 1.8 millimeter adjustable light pole. This goes from 29 inches to 70 inches tall. When we test it later outside, you'll see why I like it high up, because it really it lights up a huge area on video. I was really surprised with it. It is foldable and portable. Now, they say this is suitable for many occasions like camping, beach, barbecue, outdoor dinner accessories. Me, I'm always thinking more towards being prepped and survival, and I think something like this, lighting up your living room or lighting up your outdoor area, work area or whatever, would be really handy. I almost think this would be something kind of cool to keep in your vehicle. You can power this with a power bank, a small little handheld one, and you can pretty much see whatever you're doing, whether you're changing tires or checking your engine or even setting up a campsite on the side of the road during an emergency or disaster. So it's definitely very, very bright, okay? The power supply is 5 volts. It's 1 to 2 amp mobile power. From what I've seen, it was about 1.7 amps, 1.3 amps, depending, on what it draws. The power out here is 18 watts max. So that really does make this very handy for being powered by something smaller, okay? And I'm going to show you my idea for a complete home lighting solar setup in a second here using this. Your color temperature on this is about 6,500 to 7K white. It is a very bright light, very white. When it comes to emergency lighting, I don't really care about if it's warm or bright or whatever. I just want light. So for me, the whiter the better on that. It does have an IPX rating of 65, an IP65 waterproof rating. The service life, of course, on LEDs is ridiculous. It's something like 50,000 hours on it. And the lumens are 1680 lumens, and it does live up to that. Trust me, you'll see later on in the video when we test it outside. It is extremely bright. So the tripod itself is lightweight, not too heavy. I would say this is about 1.5 pounds. Really, really lightweight. However, now that said, if you're going to be using this in high winds, which we get often out here, you'll probably need to stake this down, which isn't too difficult. I mean, you can easily kind of plant this out somewhere and run a bungee cord over this and stake it down. So that's really not difficult. You see, it's actually pretty well made, easy to set up, really not too difficult to put together. And it comes with a package, okay? Your light here is going to come with this connector here. That is a little screw-on connector for the top there. And a nice long cord, about 7.5 feet. You're going to have one button, real simple, on or off. That's it. So what we're going to do first is I want to test the power output on just the light. We'll set it up, and I'll show you what it looks like in the light here, because we will test it in the dark, but I want you to actually see it in the light. But I want to test the output of this little light here with a tester, and I'm going to show you my idea for a really inexpensive backup home lighting system for your living room or your work area or kitchen, wherever you're going to be during a disaster where the power's out. Really, really simple and economical that can charge during the day and work during the night. So first, let me set that up. I'll bring you back. We'll look at the power output on this using a meter. And then we're going to set this up, let you see what it looks like in the light here. and then we're going to take it outside and test it in the dark. All right, so I've got my USB digital tester here. This is going to show me the output and amperage draw of this light here. We recently reviewed this little power bank. It's a 2800 milliamp hour power bank. It does have solar panels on it. However, if you were to need additional power, you could easily put a little, I reviewed this a long time ago, 20-watt solar charger panel outside, charge up your battery, and your battery, in turn, will run this all night long. So it is a really handy system, and I mean, this I think is 30 bucks. This was on sale for 38. So there's like 68 bucks plus this, which is $34. So for under 100 bucks, you can get yourself a home lighting system. And trust me, when I tell you this will light up a big living room, you'll see outside. I light up my screened-in little patio area there. It'll light up a big area and very, very bright. So let me zoom in on here and let me show you what the results are as far as power draw and amperage. All right, we're going to turn on the power bank. There we go. You can see now we're going to turn on the light. I'm going to face it the other way so it doesn't blind the camera. All right, so as you can tell, we're starting off here at 1.43 amps, 1.44 amps. The power draw on it is 7.3, is it 7.31? Whoops, I turned it off, I bumped it. 7.3, yeah, 7.31 volts. You've got 1.5 amps. 291 milliamp hours. So that will last a good long time. This battery bank here will last a good long time with that. And as you can tell, you know, it's on. It's bright and shiny. I'm just facing it the other way so it doesn't blind you guys. But you can see there that is drawing not a lot of current for the amount of output that it's putting out. So let me back it up. Let me set this up here in the studio and I will show you just what it looks like. All right, we're going to start at the base and I'm going to slowly bring you up on the light itself. I would say right about now it's maybe 5 feet tall. I don't have it all the way extended up. It's hard to get it all on the camera, to be honest with you. So we're just going to slowly come up here, and you can see the cord, and then you can see the top there, and that can be angled in any direction you want. I found that an angling like that kind of gives you the best amount of light dispersion. If you put it straight up like this, you're going to just blind everybody this way. So I kind of like it at an angle. It kind of spreads out nice and wide, and you get a really nice wide beam with it. All right, it's set up. Let's take it outside. We're going to test it in my little screened-in patio, and then we're going to test it at 2 different angles in the backyard. And yes, there will be a dog out there barking. It is not my dog. It is the neighbor's dog. So try and ignore it as best you can, but we're going to check it out outside. All right, so first I wanted to give you a look at this and what it looks like inside. This is the fire table we reviewed a while back, and I have that little battery pack on it, and that is what's running the light. I'll give you a look at it here. You see it lets off quite a bit of light. I mean, that's more than enough light to eat or talk by or hang out by, say, a campfire. We're going to take it outside to my little camping spot out there, and I got a feeling we're going to set off the alarm dog out there, so you'll hear a dog barking throughout most of that video. But as you can tell, that's some seriously bright light, and it makes for a nice video light too. Just as a side note for you folks who are just getting started in YouTube, not too expensive either. So let's try it outside. All right, don't mind the neighbor's dog next door. He stays outside all night, so any kind of disturbance will wake him up. But we got a light on there in my little camping area. That's my brick rocket stove I made many years ago, still alive and well. And if you notice on top of it's the battery pack, and the light is right on top of that. So you can see that lights up an area pretty darn well. I have it up as high as it will go. As far as height, you know, I have it up pretty high. So you can see, let's take a look from another angle and see how much light we're getting down on, say, the work area, which would be right in the middle there. All right, so here we are on the other side here, where you can look down on it. You can see we're actually getting quite a bit of light. I'm going to move you around a little bit. I'll try to stay as close to the microphone as possible so the dog noise doesn't overpower everything. He just wants me to go over there and pet him, but I'm busy shooting the video. So there you go. You can see you get a pretty darn bright light out of this thing. And for a camp light, you know, maybe even something to keep in the back of your car that'll power off a little pack like that, that is really, really handy. Definitely lights up the night. So, anyway, that is a good look at what it is outside in the dark. I'm really impressed with it so far. So let's take it back inside and we'll finish up the video. All right, so that was pretty darn bright, and I have it left set up here because we're going to pull it all apart, and I'll show you how it goes in the bag. Pretty darn bright out there. Especially that indoor shot over my little table there that has the propane fire in it. That thing was really bright. And outside you see how big of an area this would light up. So not discounting using a tripod for one of these little LED lights. Of course you could take it off the tripod and just stick it anywhere, but definitely think it's a cool idea. So to collapse this thing down, you're just going to loosen up the pieces there, okay? And loosen this up here, bring it down. Once that's done, you're just going to unscrew this top. Let me get this started here. There you go, real easy. There's your base, your tripod, and there's your light. So yes, you can just use the light if you want, if you have another way to do it. If you've got a shorter tripod, say something smaller or shorter, like a little camera type tripod, it will take a standard, a GoPro type tripod, I'm talking about tripod. It will take a standard screw on that and it will mount into, say, a shorter one, maybe about this tall. If you want to just keep a small area lit up, it's not going to hide you, that's for sure. It's a bright light. So if you're worried about stealth and camping somewhere and not being seen, probably not the best light to use because it's very, very bright. But as you saw, this thing can really light up a wide area. And the cost on it's pretty darn good. It's $34.99, so you figure 35 bucks. It's something I picked up on Banggood. And I'm going to be honest with you, for the last 10 or so videos, I've been using it as kind of a fill light out here. I have my two big lights on either side and my top light. But this was nice because I was able to put it behind me, you know, above the camera, and kind of give you a little bit of fill. So if you're an aspiring YouTuber or you're watching this channel thinking, gosh, I want to do that, like I did, say, 10 years ago when I was watching Nut and Fancy and all those other channels, you can do that with this light. It will definitely give you enough light. But I think as a home lighting system, you know, you couple it with, say, one of these battery cell phone charger type deals and a solar panel, you know, that you can charge that during the day, and you got yourself a pretty efficient home lighting system for any kind of power outage. Not only that, but power outages don't always last forever. Who wants to drag out a bunch of Christmas lights that run on LEDs and run on 12 volts, and you plug them in and you get them all strung up, and then the power comes back on? You see how quickly this goes away. You literally pack this back up, take that, put it away, put this back in its thing, wrap this up, and you're done. So it is easy to unpack or pack with you. Now, the weight on it is not super heavy. You're not going to have a problem with that. So they say 1.7 pounds. It is a larger item. I am packing it up in here, so sorry to be off camera. It is a larger item, longer, you know, not larger, but longer. But you could easily strap this on your back or onto a pack of some kind and carry it with you camping. Would I recommend it as a camp light? Not unless you're car camping, really. I'm thinking more of a home preparedness type thing that will light up a room really, really well. Like I said, the biggest thing I recommend to people when they first started getting interested in prepping is get yourself a way to light things up when it's dark. Because the first thing that happens, every single time there's a power outage, is power lights go out. So of course you're going to want something to light up your area. That could be as simple as a flashlight, you know, carrying around a flashlight, or something as complicated, if you could call it that, as that. I think it's a pretty good deal too, because I've seen these for in the $100 ranges, you know, and the $90 ranges and $80. So for 35 bucks, you're getting a really good deal. I did purchase this on Banggood. This is something I bought for myself because I'm going to be using this not only in the channel, but also for nighttime videos as well. Sometimes it's hard to, especially with a camera, it's hard to show you what I'm doing if it's dark out. And having something like this a little distance away that just puts a little bit of light on the area really comes in handy. But my main focus on this is going to be for emergency light backup. I have all means of camping lanterns and all sorts of stuff like that. But, you know, to light up a big area, something like that, really cool. So that is the XANES 1680 Lumen adjustable LED camp light with tripod. Very lightweight, not too heavy on the power. If you've got a power station, say, you know, a larger power station like we review on the channel, something like that, that'll plug in and run forever on it. You know, you can run that for a very, very long time. And if you live in a smaller apartment, something like that would easily light up your whole area. I notice I'm seeing a lot more apartments that are like that open floor plan with the kitchen and the living room all pretty much in the same area. What more do you need? You stick this in the back of your kitchen, face it outward, and that whole thing lights up your kitchen and living room. So definitely something to think about. A good kind of way to keep your camp area secure if you're camping, as well as your home secure when you have absolutely no lights. And it's all simple and easy to do. And like I said, to back it up with a battery and a solar panel to charge the battery in the day. And again, these can be hung in windows and still charge up things. So back it up with something like that, you're definitely looking at a good deal. So like I said, XANES 1680 lumen adjustable LED camp light with tripod, 35 bucks. I will put the link down below. I did order this on Banggood. Sometimes they have sales and coupons. You want to check that out. I don't believe I have anything on this one, but still, go to the site because it could change daily. It does. Sometimes they'll have something on sale one day and off the next. So definitely check them out. I will put the link down there. Don't forget to check out all our other links. We have our Amazon affiliate store. If you're interested in seeing what we review in the channel, if it is on Amazon, a lot of our stoves and other ham radio gear and stuff comes from there, so you want to check that out. Don't forget our freeze-dried wholesalers link. Folks, if there was a time to get stocked up on food, I have a video coming up about the diesel situation, but if there was a time to get stocked up on food, it is now. Because if the trucks stop running, bad things are going to happen. So get yourself stocked up on food with my freeze-dried wholesaler link. He has lots of freeze-dried stuff. Okay, everything from filet mignon to cheesecake. All freeze-dried, very easy to rehydrate. We've done numerous demos on the channel, and my link saves you 15%. Just by clicking the link, you go there, and you get 15% off. We also have our My Patriot supply link. If you are interested in getting a lot of food quickly, we have our 3-month kit on sale. It was already fairly inexpensive. I've seen these kits for $1,800, $1,900. This starts in the $800 range. I'm giving you $150 off on that page right there. So if you have nothing, and you're watching this video going, oh my God, I got to get ready, that's a quick way to get yourself 3 months worth of food. Boom, 150 bucks off right there. We also have a 3-week kit. We also have individual things. You can go on my site. It's preparewithiridium.com, preparewithiridium.com. I do recommend, with some of the stuff, supplementing it with canned goods, like we did a video the other day where we put the chicken and rice out there, and we put the chicken from a canned chicken into the rice, and it was really, really good. So definitely check it out. We have our Thrive Life food store as well. Same thing goes. If you're interested in trying out Thrive Life, there's nothing to join. Just click the link and enjoy the food. Anyway, folks, I thank you for watching. Links down below for that. Stay safe and stay prepared.